Hello, everyone. I sure hope that you can see this because I'm not getting any visual or audio feedback that indicates this is actually working. So fingers crossed.
Yes.
That it's not just us talking into the void. I'm Will. This is Ann. We have been married for over 20 years. And
21. We just had our 21st anniversary.
Check us out. That's
what
cool.
the heck?
And we play a lot of board games together. And
We do.
it is a big part of our marriage and our partnership. So
It was also a huge part of, because when we started our relationship, I had 2 children from a previous relationship, and that was like a huge way
enormous
for you
part
to
of our
bond with the
family
kids.
bonding. Enormous.
You would
enormous
play
part, yeah.
Sellers of Catan, Apples to Apples. We played it all the time.
Yep.
It was just, it is a fun way to bond. And over the years of playing board games and talking about it, we hear a lot from a lot of people that say that helps them, especially when you have kids that tend to want to be glued to electronic devices. This is a way to actually hang out and have real conversation with people and do fun things.
Yeah. Tabletop gaming was an enormous part of the creation of our family.
Yeah.
So when Bicycle asked me last year if I would be the global brand ambassador, I was like, yes.
Hello.
So today we are demoing / playing / showing off 2 of the games that Games by Bicycle is making available. We know the holidays are coming up, and these are games that I feel are super appropriate for families, that are super appropriate for a wide range of ages. And these games are really different. The first game we are playing, Tattoo Stories, is an incredibly basic party game that's super simple to understand and can be taught in less than a minute. And then the second game we're playing is Shuffle Grand Prix, which is sort of like if Mario Kart were a card game. It's really super fun and incredibly appropriate for your younger children. Now, if I were doing this in non-COVID times, I would be in a studio. I would have a teleprompter. Things would be super, super fancy. Because I don't have that, I have a webcam on my laptop in my game room.
and our light is the sunlight that is desperately trying to blast us through these shades.
So I don't have a teleprompter, but I have a script, and I'm just going to stay on the script, and I'm going to read to you on the script. So imagine that I'm looking straight into the camera and doing this in the most professional way possible, but this is where we are right now. This live stream session will be the first of several that we will have to discuss a few board games by Bicycle playing cards. The first game we'll be talking about is a party game named Tattoo Stories, where you play as the tattoo artist trying to create a tattoo for your friends. After that, we will be talking about and playing the game Shuffle Grand Prix, a racing board game that will remind you of some of your favorite console racing games that you may have played as a kid. Please, wherever you are watching this, feel free to comment and don't be a dick. Be nice. Be kind as we move along. We are starting out with Eric Slauson. Hello, Eric. You are the designer of Tattoo Stories.
I sure am. That's what they tell me anyway.
It's super awesome to see you. Thank you so much for joining us today. I want you to know how much we love your game.
Oh my gosh.
We are crazy about your game. Everyone who has come to our house since we got this game has played it with us because that's how much we love it. And I want to talk with you about it today.
Thank you.
Let's start out at the very beginning. Is this the first game you have designed? And do you consider yourself a full-time game designer?
Ooh, I think this was probably the 3rd or 4th full design. This was the first game that was professionally signed. So in many ways, it's my first official game.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was very exciting to have the first one done by Bicycle. They have like 130 years of of history to jump into, but yeah, I'm not a full-time designer. My day job is a teacher, but I teach technology. I teach teachers how to integrate technology into their lessons.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so it helps a lot with writing rule books. I have to give directions every day. So
yeah, I can imagine. What inspired you to create Tattoo Stories?
Well, I've always loved just the arts in general. I've always been a big consumer of media and all of the arts, and specifically um, performative art or art that uses a different kind of canvas. So I've always been really into graffiti, tattoo, stuff like interpretive dance, those sorts of things that are kind of pushing the boundaries of a medium. So I was looking for games about tattoos, and there were a couple out there, but I wanted to make one that really celebrated the creativity of the culture, that allowed people to tell the stories of their own tattoos and get into that the customization of really having something that you're gonna wear forever and ever and ever. It has to mean something to you. So I wanted to make a game that really celebrated that.
Um, the thing that we love about your game is that neither one of us is an especially talented artist. Anne is significantly more skilled at art than I am.
Not drawing though. Like I can paint, but drawing is very different than painting.
Okay, well you're about to see that she's being humble.
And the thing that really threw me on this was not only that it's timed, but that you can't erase.
Yeah,
like
that.
Like
That's a great
tattoo.
wrinkle.
Yeah.
I want to know when you settled on the mechanic that like your art skill really doesn't matter in this game. So the core mechanic is the pitch, right? Sort of like Sheriff of Nottingham, where it's like what I have in front of me is less important than how I'm like trying to sell it to you. Talk about the process of developing that aspect of the game.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite parts about the game is that the pitch is really the main thing, and your art is kind of like a supporting document. It allows people to draw something that's close to a unicorn and then say, "This is my unicorn." And the way that you award points is based on the creativity of the concept. So you're really pitching the idea of a tattoo rather than trying to have the best drawing and the most accurate drawing. My partner Casey is actually an incredibly talented artist. So part of the design came out of wanted to make a game that she didn't always win at. So she actually there wouldn't be a tattoo store without her, because she asked specifically, "Hey, can you design a game where like I can actually draw?" Because we play Taboo or Pictionary or something, and the better you are at drawing, the less fun those are, because it's like bicycle, pumpkin, like you can just do it very quickly.
Exactly what it is.
Yeah. So, I started trying to pull different levers, time limits, the interview portion, the pitch portion, to make it, more of a creativity pitching kind of experience rather than just drawing. So she can, cut loose and draw this beautiful portrait, but I can still hopefully sometimes beat her by having a better pitch. So.
Nice.
Has she done a particularly memorable tattoo drawing that really stands out for you?
Yeah, the first time we played, she drew a corn dog, an anthropomorphic corn dog that was splitting a mountain in half with a giant battle axe, and it was it was yelling "Funky Cold Medina."
It was what?
It was yelling "Funky Cold Medina." And I was like, "This is the game. This is
That is hilarious."
Do you have any tattoos?
I do not. I have 0 tattoos. I have really bad buyer's remorse. Like if I buy like a burrito and I'm like, I didn't need that burrito. So
okay, I'm just gonna push back on that a little bit. You
always need a burrito.
You always need a burrito.
Maybe I'll get a tattoo of a burrito and we can just
there you go.
Yes. I fully support that. How did you get connected with Bicycle?
Yeah, I met Bicycle at an event called Unpub, which is a prototyping convention. As a game designer, there are a few conventions around the country where a lot of designers get together with their prototypes. They're all written on paper and index cards and stuff. And we get together and we test each other's games and try to, improve them all together. It's a really cool collaborative process. And
that's wonderful.
Yeah, and Bicycle was there, scouting for games one of the years that I went, and they had a chance to play. and it contacted me right after. And my instinct was, a bicycle, like the cards company, because this was one of their first launch games. I didn't have anything to kind of base this like board game interest of theirs, but that was part of their pitch, was that, hey, you're going to be one of the first games that we release as a board game company. And so it's kind of a hard thing to turn down, to be a part of that historic.
How exciting.
Yeah, that's
That
really
is
cool.
so cool. It's funny because we said that too when they asked him about doing this, because he already has a lifetime love of board games. That when he said that, I was like, the card company? He's like, yeah, but they're doing games. And I was just like, that's so cool. And then they sent all of them over, and I think this was the first one we played.
The top
and then we just kept, I mean, we played the other ones, but
we played all of them,
this
but we
one.
kept coming back
against
to
this,
this.
and you
fun.
wipe.
Yeah, they're doing a great job.
And like,
about
I don't
that
know if
point,
this
Richard
matters to you or
says,
to anybody
"It's
else, but
time
in
to go."
general, I don't like party games. I feel like party
It's time
games
to
are
go.
just kind of like, they take up time, and I really don't enjoy them. But a good party game that facilitates conversation, that encourages social interaction,
Creativity.
that is quick to learn, that inspires your creativity. I'm like, yes, that is why we're playing the game. That is how we're having a party playing this party game. So you did it. You did a really great job.
Yay.
I'm a big fan.
Thank you.
And I'm excited to talk to you. I understand that we're going to get to actually play a round of the game with you. So I believe you have pulled some elements. For those who are not familiar with the game, do you want to give a very, very quick 30-second overview of what the basics are, so that they know what we're doing?
Sure. In Tattoo Stories, we are all working in a tattoo parlor, and each round, one person is going to play a customer who comes in, and they know what they like, but they don't know what they want. So your job as the customer is, you're going to pick 5 of these cards. There's a few hundred in the box. These are all elements that people standard get on their tattoos, and you're going to challenge everybody else at the table to combine 5 of those into one cohesive design. They have 3 minutes to do that. They're trying to mishmash all of this together. They can't erase, and you are kind of keeping the customer talking. Got to keep their mind off the pain by asking them questions, clarifying questions, and tailoring that tattoo more and more over that 3 minutes. At the end, each person pitches their tattoo, and then each individual card, the customer gives that card to the person who used that idea most creatively, or used the idea the best.
Great.
Do you have the timer out, or are you going to be doing the
I
timer?
presume somebody in the home office has a timer, or I'll set a timer on my phone. Okay.
Set a timer.
I'm going to set a timer.
Don't we have a little
3
timer?
minutes. We have a sand timer, but I don't know where it is.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're going to use mine. All right. Okay.
We're ready?
Welcome to Wheaton's Stab House.
Yes. House of Pain.
Where we make art that only some of our customers regret. Please tell us how we can service you today.
Okay. Are you ready with your timer? I'll tell you when to start.
Yeah.
Before we get started, let me just tell you some things that I like.
Okay.
I really like office supplies.
Uh-huh.
I really like tuxedos.
Okay.
I really like wizards.
Uh-huh.
I like pirate stuff.
Okay.
And I like it when things melt.
Okay.
And they melt.
Melting.
Great.
Okay. So you have 3 minutes to give me this tattoo. And
Recap it again. It's office supplies, tuxedo,
melting,
melting, wizard, and pirate stuff.
Yes. Office supplies, wizard, tuxedo, pirate stuff, melting.
Okay.
Great.
Can I ask you a question? I've never done this before. I mean, I played this game before, but can we turn it this way if we want
Yeah.
to? Does it have to only be this way?
You can do it however you want.
Okay.
All right. The timer has started. Here we go.
Okay.
So it's very important for my tuxedo to have just a really prominent bow tie.
Sure, of course, everyone wants a big bow tie on their tuxedo.
Yeah, but I just really need to drive home how prominent this bow tie needs to be. I'm a big Doctor Who fan, and so that really got got me into bow ties, and I need the tuxedo to reflect that.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah, that's a good looking bow tie, right? That's really looking nice.
So for my my wizard, I actually live outside of DC, so you know, the Washington Wizards, the basketball team, are really what I'm trying to bring to the forefront here. So yeah, the Washington Wizards is what I need from you. For my pirate stuff,
Pirate stuff.
Cannonballs. I think cannonballs are a very exciting. You know, people find them like you know, in the ocean and on beaches and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
As a teacher, obviously, I love office supplies. I have Post-its everywhere and paper clips. I think my most useful office supply, I think this counts. I'm going to say a USB drive, like a little thumbstick. So
Okay. Yeah, got it.
I think you probably have about 30 seconds.
Someone is at the front door.
Our dogs are losing their minds because someone's at the front door.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is. I got this. I got
he's
this.
very confident.
You are going to be so happy with this. I can't wait. Can't wait for you to see it. Okay. So listen, this is what we in the entertainment industry call bad show. I was expecting a delivery today that I have to sign for. It was supposed to come at 3. It came early. It's here right now.
And
that's why my phone is ringing. So what I have to do right now, Anne's going to entertain you while I run to the front door, sign for this thing, and then come right back. Don't you be looking at my tuxedo.
What you're doing is so cute.
Don't you be looking at my
Okay. So are we? Did the timer go off then? Are we done?
Yeah.
Was that 3 minutes? Okay. So
I believe so.
So you know, he underestimates how well he actually draws, because his is very cute, and I'm not entirely sure what's going on with mine. But we will each pitch our tattoo idea to you, and hopefully it will be exactly what you want, permanently affixed to wherever. Maybe I feel like mine, because I put it this way. But it should just be a full back tattoo.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like we could probably put the burrito in next to it, just so you can incorporate, you know, that thing into the rest of your idea here.
You're upselling me on the burrito tattoo.
I know, right? I mean, I know the timer went off, but I kind of want to add a little burrito in over here on this side. We'll just pretend it's on your back with the rest of this. I think he's coming back. I knew that was going to happen when he was like, okay, he's working on so many things that there was just like a constant flow of deliveries happening all the time. So
I won't tell him that you added a whole bunch of stuff to your drawing when he was gone.
I did. Okay, but I did suggest, because I did mine this the way that it should be. You have like ink on your end of your nose.
Of course I got ink on the end of my nose.
I suggested that mine, because I did it this way, should be a full back tattoo.
Okay, all right. So this is your pitch? All right, go ahead, do your pitch.
Next to the burrito that he's going to have tattooed on him as well.
Okay, all right.
Let's see what you got.
Okay, so you know, I was working out my ideas, and you were talking about all the things you like, the pirate stuff, and the office supplies. And so my wizard is he's melting into the ground here. The office supply of choice that I went with when I first started was scissors, and you don't ever want to melt. You don't want to melt with scissors, because then you lose your arm. That's the worst thing to happen.
Of course.
And then while you're in the process of melting, a cannonball is shooting over your head, and it's hopefully going to land right in the treasure chest.
Ah, okay.
Now, wouldn't that just be a delightful thing to have on your back?
Yeah, I reserve judgment.
The Pirate Wizard is a well-known piece of American culture. It is an extremely beloved and time-honored tradition to have a Pirate Wizard tattoo placed on your body after you successfully complete your first magic trick. So congratulations on successfully completing your first magic trick. I'm super excited for you and really honored to have this opportunity to commemorate the experience for you. So here's what I designed for you. As you can see, you have a fair amount of pirate stuff available to you here. You spoke,
look at your eye patch.
You spoke really eloquently and enthusiastically about pirate stuff. So in here we are prominently featuring a wizard who's holding a USB drive. Then you will notice that he has on an eye patch. He has a parrot on his shoulder and is standing next to a treasure chest full of cannonballs. Because you are a fan of the Washington Wizards, his wizard outfit has a basketball on it in the center of his chest, which kind of makes him sort of like a wizard Care Bear, which will give you,
which really superpowers.
Yeah, it just gives you opportunities to communicate with young people.
Sure.
through your artwork. You'll also notice his enormous, extremely prominent bow tie. I didn't, excuse me, I didn't talk during your presentation.
Because you're not getting a delivery.
You may notice that this bow tie is similar to the Wu-Tang Clan W, which is also similar to the W in my name, so that's how I sign the tattoo.
Okay.
And there you go. Now you will notice that I was not able to incorporate melting into this. I will cheat and say that there is a melted ice cream cone in this photo. You just can't see it.
Out of frame, just out of frame.
Thank you for your time and attention. We can make an appointment for you at your first convenience.
Okay. All right. So let me give out some tips for this the fine work. All right. So here's the hard part. I got to figure out who deserves what. Well,
I mean, my wizard is wearing his tuxedo with his little bow tie, but it is not nearly as clown-like as
that's a very clown-esque. So
but it's okay.
I'm gonna say that the melting definitely goes to Anne because we got it melting in there. And I like the Wicked Witch of the West melting, and this is like maybe the cousin or the brother maybe in there, and he was splashed on. For the pirate stuff, I'm gonna give that to Will because he went. I think he spent probably 2.5 minutes of the 3 minutes on the pirate stuff, and I like the cannonballs are the treasure.
I have pirates in my ancestry.
Oh, okay. The treasure was the cannonballs we made along the way. For the office supplies, oh man, I like the arm getting cut off with the scissors, but I gotta go with the USB stick just for specifics there. Ooh, tuxedo. Oh, it really comes down to the bow tie. And I got to give it to Will. I mean, it's got a signature in it. It's poofy. I mean, you really sold it.
Well, I made it look like the W from the Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay. Yeah, I get it.
Yep. Wu-Tang Wizards, nothing to mess with.
That's right. Wu-Tang Wizards are for the children.
Is that 5 or am I missing one? Which one did I get?
That's 4. One is not there. Wizards, I think, is what didn't. I believe Wizard has not been awarded.
Okay. Wizard. I'm going to give that to Anne. I like the basketball integration, but like I said, I like the Wicked Witch. I got the Wizard. He seems very calm for having his arm cut off. I think it's because he has the magic powers.
Wizards are known for their stoicism.
Void of pain. That's how they work.
Yeah, he's fine. And that's how a round works in the real game. And would get to be the customer next, so we'd go around and around.
Yes.
So that is when I stood up, I lost the top of there it is. I lost the top of my pen. So just from a game component standpoint, your little pens, look everybody, your little dry
Old
erase
dry erase
pens
pen.
have this adorable
Eraser.
little eraser on the top that you can use to erase them. Okay.
And we, I do know, because we we have played them so much that we started getting smeary on our boards because when we were doing multiple rounds with our friends, and you can just use it like a damp paper towel and it comes right off. But in between rounds, this thing is fantastic.
Yes, that is your tattoo removal laser between rounds.
Eric, I want to thank you for your time today. I want to thank you for your game. And I wish you all the best, buddy. Stay safe and stay healthy, and play more games.
Thank you. Thank you so much for playing. Your kind words. I'm glad that it's brought your family together and you and your friends, and make some great art.
It is very fun. Thank you for
Thanks
making
a lot.
it.
All right, we're going to bring in some fancy folks from all over the internet.
Fancy folks.
I am going to play the customer in this round. And actually, I'm going to use the 5 cards that I randomly drew out of our box to be the 5 elements that I want you to draw. So I have no idea what these are. We'll find out together. But let me introduce everyone as y'all are listed on my sheet of paper here. Banana Chan joins us from Newark, New Jersey. Hello.
Hi, I'm Banana. Nice to meet you.
Omari Akil from Durham, North Carolina.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
Man.
Stephanie from Gilbert, Arizona.
Hello, happy to be here.
And Charlie from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Hello.
Hey, buddy, how's it going? Hi.
Good.
So thank you all for being here. I presume you just watched us do a round, so I'm sure you know how this is going to go. I will get my timer set up here, and I'm going to tell you the elements that I would like to have in my tattoo, and you can play along.
I was just going to say, am I playing or are we watching?
You are absolutely encouraged to play along. All right.
Fantastic.
All right, everyone. If you look at me, you know that I am never seen without my hat. So I'm going to need a hat in this tattoo. I'm extremely artistic and moody. I need a song lyric in this tattoo. It's very important to me. I'm also a fan of eating. I'm a fan of chains.
Chains?
Chains.
Oh my God. Okay.
And I would like a banner. I would like this tattoo to feature a banner. Let me tell you the elements one last time so you have them all in front of you. These are elements I would like in this tattoo for me. I'm getting this tattoo to celebrate a milestone, but what the milestone is less important than these elements. A banner, chains, a hat, eating, and song lyrics. Those are the elements I am looking for. So just so you know, I have a mostly completed sleeve of cephalopods. That is my most prominent tattoo. You can work in around that if you like. I have a black flag tattoo on my back, and I have a Mr. Rogers tattoo on my forearm and Anne's heartbeat here. Those are my tattoos. If you would like to work around the tattoos that I already have, please feel free. My skin is your canvas. Please begin.
My skin is your canvas.
What's your favorite food?
My
eating?
My favorite food is a burrito.
Nice.
Okay.
I greatly enjoy a burrito. People who follow me on social networks know that I have in the past actually done a live series called Burrito Watch.
Can I actually ask what burritos are your favorite?
You know what? I really like a fully loaded chicken burrito. I like my burritos wet. Really enjoy a burrito with enchilada sauce over top of it.
Okay.
Let me tell you a bit about song lyrics and how that matters to me. I'm 48 years old. I grew up in the 70s and 80s. I love 80s alternative music. I love metal, rap, and punk.
Okay.
So you can choose anything in that area. I like chains as an accessory. I don't really want the chain to be prominent. I don't want the chain to be the focal point.
Just a tasteful chain.
Tasteful chain, something that says like, I'm bringing it all together. And then of course, you know, the banner that accompanies House Wheaton wherever I go, which, as fate would have it, is a banner with a burrito on it. You have about a minute and a half.
Oh no.
So tell me more about this hat. What kind of hat would you suggest?
I like my hats to be truly outrageous. I want my hat to make a statement. I like a top hat. I really enjoy a jaunty 70s rounded sort of like a Huggy Bear hat. I'm a big fan of a cap like that. I'm not sure what that style is called.
Okay.
But I have to say, I cut quite a dashing profile.
Could I ask you, Will, what does eating mean to you conceptually?
Oh, well, eating is my defiant declaration that I will survive another day.
And can you tell me a little bit about what you find beautiful in the world?
I find the unconditional love of animals to be probably the most beautiful thing in the world, and of course, always a large, beautifully wrapped in twinkle lights cactus.
And who would you show this tattoo to first? Like, who would be the most excited about it?
I would actually use this tattoo as time's up, so please stop drawing and I'll finish your question. But I would take this tattoo and I would show it to President Obama because we're buddies, and I've been trying to talk him into tattoos for years, and he's not that interested in them. But I think that he would be excited to see it. Thank you very much. Pencils up. Let's start out. Let's see. On my screen, Stephanie, you are prominently displayed. Please pitch me your tattoo.
Okay. Well, up here is the banner. It says, "I don't want to go down to the basement." You know, the Ramones' like most popular song ever.
Yes.
There's their song lyric. And then I've made a chain of burritos that are dripping with enchilada sauce. And a little chicken head is popping out just to remind you of meat inside.
Okay.
And then we have our little cephalopod down here with a giant hat.
Yeah.
And there's hearts showing the love, and the sky is a cactus eating wrapped in, I don't know.
Where on my body do you think that this would probably have its best presentation?
I think definitely right here, neck.
I love it. I love a good neck tattoo.
Yeah.
Nothing says I've made good choices in my life like a neck tattoo.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Omari.
All right, so this is my tattoo design. It's actually a self-portrait and with a plane flying over you that says, "Cash rules everything around me," with a burrito on the end. And you have a prominent chain on, obviously, because it's a hip hop lyric, you need to sort of represent that culture. And you were eating a burrito, and there's a little chunk of it that just like flew out of your mouth right at the moment, but you wanted to capture that in the tattoo because it was so meaningful at the time, because nobody wants to lose a slice of burrito.
Nobody does.
Awful.
No,
absolutely.
You never waste a piece of burrito. Come on. Thank you. It's beautiful. Banana.
So I decided to make the burrito the centerpiece of this piece. And here you'll see that there is the burrito in the middle. And you mentioned something about Christmas lights. So I decided to make a chain of Christmas lights, to sort of make the composition a little nicer. And in the banner, you mentioned you liked the 70s or the 80s. So I said, yeah, the 70s or the 80s, so that you can just, have everything captured in terms of like your musical taste, because your musical taste is so varied, right? And I also added 2 little hats so that, you have your hat thing going on. And you also said something about animals. So I added 2 little doggy footprints right there.
I love it. Thank you.
Goodness,
That's
that is
fantastic.
awesome
Eric.
cute.
Okay, so what I have for you here is a burrito. Well, we have the octopus, and the tentacles are going into a burrito. So you're actively eating this octopus, and then so this is you over here, and you could tell by the super accurate hair, and then you're singing. Don't you forget about me, but your mouth is full, so it's on ooh or get a ooh. And then my octopus here has a little chain, and he's wearing it as a hat because octopuses they don't have necks, so it won't really stay still around the neck. So it just sometimes it's a bracelet, sometimes it's a necklace, sometimes it's a hat. It just wherever it goes. So yeah. That's what I got for you.
All right, thank you. Anne, let's see what you did.
Excellent. Well, what I did was, I'll show over here first, and then I'll show you. So, so I have an octopus who was, you know, hanging out and dancing while eating a burrito. He's got a burrito in his hand right there. There's a banner in his little hand that says "I'm dancing barefoot."
Right.
Because
lovely.
you know that's what he's doing.
Anne's cheating and using the title of my first book because it's a song lyric, and she knows that.
I'm not cheating.
And she's using specialized knowledge that y'all don't have.
Insider trading.
And he has on a fancy fedora, because who doesn't like a fancy fedora on an octopus? Who's wearing a very subtle necklace. I know that it was mentioned that they don't necessarily have a neck, but in this situation, with the legs out dancing, the neck appeared in time to hold the chain necklace.
Terrific. Thank you.
There we have
Love it.
If you could all hold up your tattoo pitches.
We have Charlie.
See them?
I think we have Charlie also.
Charlie, I'm sorry, I forgot that. I thought that I'd seen you, and my mistake, my bad.
That's perfectly fine.
Please go ahead and give me your pitch, sir.
Okay, so here I went for something a little more minimalist because you don't want too much to eat, otherwise it'll make you sick. So up here we've got a burrito that says "Oh Happy Day." Now this is a lyric that's not a punk lyric, but what's more subversive than going against what's being asked for? It's a chicken burrito. It's got some feathers falling out of it, and it's dripping sauce. This is Milo from the Descendants, and he's wearing a cheeseburger hat. He's tossing up the horns here because of music, and he's wearing a tortellini necklace here. The chain is an edible tortellini necklace. His belly's grumbly because he wants food, but he's surrounded by it. And this is my trademark. This is a dog, which we all love, but right here I made a mistake and I crossed it out real fast because in life you've got to work with the mistakes that you make. And so that's my trademark right there.
Yes.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Charles, go ahead and toss it.
All right. Boy, this is tough. This is coming down to like a hand recount on song lyrics. I mean, Stephanie, you have got the Ramones just nailed. Good call. But Charlie, the Descendants, and really just not being afraid to punk rock this out and respond to it. But the part of me, clever is my kryptonite, and Eric, your mouthful of burrito is so clever. It's so clever that you get that. Banana, your banner is amazing. Now, Amari, your banner being on an airplane is glorious, and I absolutely love it. But Banana, your dog prints and the entire incorporation of the banner is really fantastic. So I'm giving you the banner. Stephanie, I really love your use of chain. I found the creative way in which you incorporated chain to be interesting and surprising and unexpected. So please accept these chains.
Thank you.
From me. Omari, you have me eating a burrito eating it so furiously, so passionately. I am celebrating the joy of burrito eating so recklessly that I just get a little bit of burrito on my face. And I'm so hardcore, I don't even care. I just leave it there. And like everybody that sees me is like, that guy had a burrito. And I really like establishing that with people. So I'm giving you eating. This leaves Hat. And Hat, I think 100% goes to Milo's cheeseburger. Hat.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Because one, I love the Descendants. I am crazy about the Descendants. They are one of my favorite bands of all time. If you are listening to this and you have not listened to the Descendants before, go get Milo Goes to College. It's amazing. And just anyone who would wear a cheeseburger as a hat is a person I really need to spend a little bit more time with.
Yeah, just the sliced cheese hat, not nearly as good as an entire cheeseburger hat.
No, you'll notice that I didn't give you any cards.
Oh no, I shouldn't have it because I cheated because I know the lyrics.
But I'm going to give you a kiss.
Oh, okay. I win. Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
I win the kiss. I don't win the game.
Thank you. This game is so much fun. I hope that we have demonstrated for all of you who are watching the ridiculousness of this game. And how absolutely great it is, even if you draw the way I've erased my insults to the art world.
What would you say is the age range for this? Do you have that on here?
Well, so it depends on the cards that you're playing with and the people that you're playing with. So you can skew it very adult if you want. But I do play it with kids. They have hilarious things that they come up with. So yeah, generally 12 and up. But yeah, with some kind of, if you look at the cards and there's like, oh, cigars, maybe we don't want our kids drawing cigars. You can like pull that out of the game. But
so it's pretty easy to filter the game. Parents can go through these cards and pull out things they feel might be that they're not ready to engage with their kids on those subject matters just yet.
Sure.
Which is terrific.
Yeah.
And our artists, if you haven't erased these, you can, and anybody who's playing along or has drawn something, you can always take a picture and post it on Instagram, Twitter, and use hashtag draw a tattoo. And I go through about once a week and look at all the tattoos that are being drawn around the country, around the world.
You see some really cool stuff.
Oh yeah, there's some doozies. One of my favorites is a Santa in a bikini who's in a fight to the death with a unicorn. It's great. It's a great. So yeah, you can look at that hashtag draw a tattoo and see what other people have done and post your own. I'd love to see your art.
That sounds like the plot to Steven Seagal's next movie.
Yeah.
It's called Santa Corn. Thank you. Thank you to all of you. This has been insanely fun. I've really enjoyed it. I'm breaking the rules. Banana, my friend Will, who turns out is our mutual friend, texted me as we were getting going, and he sends his regards.
Oh, that's really nice.
So there, for everyone in the world, there, I'm just abusing the live stream technology to do that. So thank you. I'm going to get this cleaned up. We're going to move on to Shuffle Grand Prix. That is our next game, everybody. So thanks, y'all. I really appreciate your time. And as I have said before, stay healthy, stay safe, wear your mask, and play more games.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. I am just going to get Shuffle Grand Prix set up. Now, this is a little more complicated than Tattoo Stories, and by a little I mean a lot. There's just more going on in this game than in the previous one. So take what we've done, just full disclosure, in order for you to see a lot of this game and see a little bit how it goes, I have pulled some cards and sort of top decked them a little bit just so that you can see how they work. I'm going to mix them all up so that there's a little, pull the top 3 out of each of your decks.
Top 3.
Yeah. and then shuffle the rest of your decks together.
Wait, there was an orange one. Oh, those
are the marker cards.
Are they supposed to? They're not, I don't think to shuffle these in.
Nope.
No.
So just shuffle up your ability cards. And go ahead and drop those 6 cards that I pulled out on top. This is for just for everybody, anyone who knows. This is extra information that I think you should have, that I have. When we do demos at game cons, when we're at Origins or Gen Con, it is super common to sort of set up some play so you know how things are going to go, so you can get a sense of how that game goes, and that's what we've done today. So this is sort of a distilled and sped up version of Shuffle Grand Prix, and I am joined right now by Robert Newton, who is the designer of Shuffle Grand Prix. Hello, Robert. Thank you so much for being here today. Do you prefer Robert or Rob?
Not anything but late for dinner.
Outstanding. Very well. Tell us a little bit about your game.
Yeah, so super excited to be here. Shuffle Grand Prix is a shuffle building racing game. And so shuffle building is, yeah, what we just saw here, where you take the 2 decks. So everybody's got different drivers. I have a copy of the game here. So just show a couple different drivers. They each have a deck of cards that you're going to combine together. And you get to use the abilities of each of them. So this is an endurance race. So you're trying to get as many distance cards as you can. And whoever goes the furthest at the end of the game is going to be the winner.
Which, by the way, last night, totally me.
Boy, we played yesterday.
Just smeared the pavement with him.
She drew like 6 100s, and I drew like 5 25s. Like, I was so slow.
Yeah.
I could not catch her.
Yes.
It's okay. Where did your inspiration for the game come from?
Oh, all over the place. Yeah. So this actually did start as a video game, which might explain a little bit of the video game influence here. So
yeah,
it's definitely got like elements of Mario Kart and like Smash Up, and it's got references to a ton of different games that I love to play and wanted to sort of pay homage to.
One of the elements of this game that is extremely attractive to me is how inclusive it is. This is a super diverse game in terms of representation. Just about everyone who could play this game can see themselves represented in the artwork and in the character design. Talk a little bit about the choices that led to those design choices.
Sure, yeah. No, I definitely wanted to create a diverse like cast of characters. Mm-hmm. I didn't want it to be like tokenization either. I wanted it to be like, this is a person who is doing a thing, and you know, we want to represent all sorts of groups as much as possible. So I actually went to a like character writing class at Gen Con many years ago, and it was specifically for tabletop RPGs, which admittedly I don't play that much, but I did find the like workshop super engaging and like fun. So like I'm sitting there and I'm taking notes during the class. I'm like, oh, what if I had a character that was, you know, this, like I need an engineer, and who is it? Well, we should like try and find someone that I think is really cool and try and represent them as much as I can. And then part of the credit there also goes to the artist, Ruin Liu. She really breathed a lot of life into these characters, and she was able to just give them a ton of personality. I love what she did with Slingshot in particular.
Yes.
Who is just like
I'm looking at that right now and thinking the exact same thing. That's
Anne is playing Slingshot and Emma.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious because I know people who teach those workshops. Was that workshop, that sounds like a Jason Morningstar or a Robin Laws or a Will Hindmarch workshop. Was it one of those guys maybe?
I don't actually know.
Okay, I was just curious. I love the personality that goes into each deck. The jokes are delightful and the references are great. Talk a little bit about the Easter eggs and some of the art choices and joke choices you made.
Yeah, so there's like, you know, there are cards that range from just like puns. So this one, I'm actually a software engineer by trade, so root privileges, but it's actually just a beat.
Yep.
So it's a fun joke if you do any sort of programming or any sort of technical stuff. I've got other video game references. So this one is a reference for Rocket League. So people spamming what a save in the chat. And then I've got some references to just people in my life. So my partner is a scientist, and at the time that I was designing the game, she was doing a lot of research on salamanders. So May, our scientist character, has like a little salamander familiar.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's really cute.
Yeah, there's all, like every single card I put in a lot of work just to come up with some flavor for their game.
There are so many combinations possible in this game. This strikes me as a game that could have easily been unbalanced. How much playtesting did you do to ensure that the various combinations of driver and co-pilot all worked together and balanced very well?
Oh man, I probably did like 2 years of playtesting. It took a long time and a lot of different iterations of the game. I got very well acquainted with the swing arm cutter for cutting out cards again and again, and just subjecting my friends to playing the game again and again and be like, no, it's balanced this time, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up collecting these like feedback forms from all of the different game conventions that I went and I tested at. And at one point I went back through and I like cleaned out the stack of these because I'd already like gotten what I needed out of them. And the stack was easily, like that thick.
Wow.
All of the different play tests that I had done.
This game plays really, really well with younger people. And where I feel it really sings is with kids. And that the opportunity a child has to effectively blue shell their parents in this game is kind of always there. When we were choosing games for tabletop, it was really important to me that the games we chose did not eliminate players. It was real important to me that the games we chose didn't have a runaway winner, that it was real important that everybody at the table was kind of competitive in the game all the way through until the end. That's why I like Euro scoring, because it sort of lets people stay engaged all the way. It is a challenge to design games that are complex enough to keep an adult interested, but simple enough for a child to follow. How do you ensure that a kid can follow this game?
So a lot of that was actually just testing with kids. So whenever I was at a convention and I saw a parent going around with their kid, like kind of taking a look at all of the different prototypes that they could choose from, I tried to like go and seek them out and be like, hey, I've got a game that's great for kids. Would you like to try it? And then, make sure that wherever possible, they can get help from their parent. But if they can like go through and play the game and they can ask questions and all that's fine. But like, if they can like understand the flow of the game, then I know that it's going to be something that's accessible for them.
There are probably parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles watching today. What age do you feel is really the sweet spot for Shuffle Grand Prix?
I would say like around 6 or 7 is about as low as it goes. Yeah. Technically at Gen Con, I did have a 4-year-old play, but they got a lot of help from their parents.
Okay, sure. Okay. My instinct was, my suspicion was like maybe around like 8 and 9 years old would be like super perfect. Like they are primed for this game. Their level of reading comprehension, their ability to abstract reason. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. We know how to play, but I presume there are folks watching who do not know how to play. So why don't you walk us through the broad basics of the game, and then we're going to play a couple of rounds.
Sure, yeah. So ultimately, the goal of the game, like I said earlier, is to collect as many distance cards as you can, and they kind of look like this. When that deck runs out, somewhere in the middle of your table, that is the end of the game. You can sort of modulate how long you want to play by taking out some of those distance cards. Obviously,
which we have done.
It's much shorter. But yeah, so you are going to take a couple drivers, and their deck of abilities and shuffle them together. I see you guys have already done that. And that creates your draw pile. You're also going to set up one of your drivers on top of the tire health card. So this is kind of like your health bar for the game. As you start to take damage, you will slide this card around to show how much health you have. And if you run out, you're not eliminated. You're actually just going to swap to your other driver. So you'll just swap them out and start again from 4. Throughout the game, you're always going to have 3 cards in your hand. So you guys can go ahead and draw 3 cards. And anytime you play a card, you draw a card. There are certain cards that you can play off of your turn. And even then, you get to draw a card and keep 3 in your hand. On your turn, first thing you do is you always draw a distance card and you put it down in front of you. So whichever one of you want to go first.
Okay.
You go first.
Okay.
Oh, my driver is May, the scientist. My co-pilot is Remus, the wizard. If there are fans of tabletop on the stream, this kind of works like Smash Up, where you have 2, like you have a driver and a co-pilot. They kind of work as like a like think of them as factions in Smash Up, and then you shuffle their abilities decks together, and then you get a hand of cards out of that abilities deck. So that's where these different things come into play. Go ahead and let's see.
So I got 25.
All right.
So
a nice slow start.
Yes.
And now you
literally has a snail on it. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So now you go ahead and play one of your cards.
Okay. So I'm going to play one of these guys. I am going to draw a distance card. So that means I get an extra
Show the
one.
camera what you did.
Okay. So I have a
tip down so it doesn't glare. There you go.
Draw a distance card.
That little lightning bolt means that Anne's playing an action
So there's
card.
a little action thing there.
All right.
So I'm
that lets you draw a distance card?
So I can
Nice.
draw an extra one. Woo! 100. Can you see it? Can you see it? Okay.
It begins.
Okay, so now do I discard
You
this?
do. And you
Okay.
draw a new card to replace
I draw a
it.
new card to replace.
And now it's my turn. All right. I'm going 25 because of course I am.
Because the snail.
And I'm going to add some equipment to my vehicle. I'm going to equip the regenerate card. What that lets me do is repair 1 tire health per turn while equipped. So that just sort of gives me a rejuvenating shield as the game goes on. One of those cards I like to get out early in the game, if at all possible.
So,
well, that's good to know.
Yep. So it is now your turn, Mrs. Wheaton.
Okay.
Oh, hey, your 25 is worth 50 because you're Emma.
Oh, so I want to turn it.
Every driver has a special ability that's always active. May's special ability is that when I am damaged, I inflict 1 damage on the attacker. Emma's special ability is that every time she draws a 25, she turns it perpendicular to the rest of her row of distance cards, and she scores it as 50 instead of 25.
So I remember.
So that's how we
And so that's only applying to the driver at the moment, right?
That's
because
right.
My slingshot guy is
right. When we switch to slingshot,
my
20
co-pilot.
Yeah, 25 only counts 25.
Got it.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's your turn, so go ahead and do whatever you're going to do.
Okay, so I am going to inflict 4 damage
Damn!
on the player in first place. Oh wait.
Oh wait, that's
me.
you!
Yeah!
You just made yourself crash! I'll let you take it.
Okay.
The card's called Rocket Weasels, which is great. So I'm going to let you have a do-over because
I forgot about
because
that
you
part.
forgot that you were
I was
late.
so excited about your
Yeah, I know.
thing over
Okay.
there. Okay,
So
I
put that back in your hand.
gotta pretend I didn't.
we didn't see anything.
Okay.
I don't need to peel out right when I start. Okay. So you did the repair tire health. Okay, so I'm going to do that also. I'm going to do repair 2 tire health. So in the future,
Nope, that's an action that happens. You have to play that as an action. That's not equipment.
this is hilarious.
So
I love
when
that you're
you're-
like 6 and 7-year-olds can play this, and 51-year-old me is like, how does this work?
And Netflix came in envelopes.
Oh my god, remember that? Okay, so
there are times when you can strategically spin yourself out.
yeah, well, probably shouldn't do that from the get-go. And
Remember, you can swap
don't
a
recommend
card in your deck if you don't like a card that you have, or you
okay,
can pass.
if I'm gonna swap a card.
Okay.
So that's my turn then,
Uh-huh.
correct? Okay, I'm gonna swap a card, and we're just gonna pretend that that's just this
All
happened.
right. My distance card is 75.
75.
I'm going to play How Do You Spell Chaos? All players pass their top. No, I'm not going to do that. Peer review. Play prior to another player's turn. Look at their hand and choose one card that they're allowed to play on their next turn. Give me that distance thing.
The distance thing.
Give me the rocket weasels. Yeah. I did peer review on you. Okay, so
so I can draw a
that
new one
gets
now?
discarded. That's my turn. I don't draw a new card because I have 3 cards in my hand.
Do
Now
I
you
draw
draw
a
to
new one
replace.
because he
you draw,
took it?
Yep,
Okay.
you draw a card to
Yep,
replace it.
you always have 3 in your hand.
Okay.
Okay, and it is now your turn.
Okay. So first thing I want to do is draw a distance card, correct?
Right.
All right. All right. 50. Look at him go. Okay.
So you'll notice that they're stacking the distance cards onto each other. So they have this little line that you kind of line things up with. Fun side effect with the 50 card is you get the dog butts.
Oh my God. Dog butts. Okay. That's great. Okay. So equipment, that is a thing that I can save, correct?
Equipment, you equip your vehicle with that equipment. So go ahead and play your
And
equipment down.
action is a thing you have to do right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so my equipment is when you draw 100 distance card, inflict 2 damage on another player.
Ouch. Okay.
That would have been
Brutal.
great last night.
It would have been
I
terrific.
mean, I had, no joke, like 10, 100
It was
cards.
ludicrous how many hundreds she had. All right, my turn. I'm going to draw a distance card. I draw a 50.
Dog butts.
Dog butt.
And I am going to launch rocket weasels at you and spin out the player in first place. So you have 4 points right now, but I do 4 damage on you, which reduces you to 0. So you lose your equipment, you lose your highest distance card, and you switch your driver with your co-pilot.
Wait, what just happened? Okay, say that again.
I messed you up. That's what just
I
happened.
know.
I
Okay,
wrecked you.
so I'm switching. So now I have my
Now Slingshot's your new driver,
Slingshot's my new driver.
and Emma's your co-pilot.
And
You're
Emma's my
back to 4
co-pilot.
tire health.
Is this one dead?
Yep,
That
and
one's
that
dead.
one's dead too.
And that one's dead too.
Yep. Okay.
I feel like it all
You
just
drew
flew
it.
by
Now
so
you have 4
fast.
cards in your hand. You drew a mistake.
Oh my good. Yeah.
It's okay. It's all right.
And then, well,
Yeah.
don't forget, you also get a trophy for.
Oh, that's
spinning
right. I
the-
get a trophy. Hang on.
So the trophy basically. Oh,
Yeah, go ahead and say what. No, I was sorry. I was tabletopping. Go ahead and explain what the trophies do.
So the trophy, if you use it at the end of your turn, you can immediately swap your driver and your co-pilot if you want to get the different special ability. If you have 2 of them, you can use it at the end of your turn in order to just play an extra card.
Oh.
Yeah, trophies are super useful. And then trophies are also the tiebreaker if you end up with tied with distance, which I've never had happen in the number of games that I've played, but is an eventuality that everyone should be prepared for. I believe because I spun you out, it is your turn now. You get to draw a new card.
Distance card, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. 100.
Again!
100.
What is this?
This
say
says
here?
when your top distance card is 75 or 100, add 1 damage when attacking.
Nice.
So when attacking, so when I need to use an action card to
Yes.
do the attacking.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I have some action cards here. Add 1. Okay. I'm not really sure which one I should do. How about, I'm just going to go for drawing another
card?
distance
Yeah,
card
go
to
nuts.
accumulate some points.
Yeah.
50. Woo! Dog butt.
I mean, you are killing me in points. So put that in your discard pile.
This is my discard pile. Get a new one.
All right.
Okay.
Let me draw a distance card. 75.
What's on there? Is that a horse?
It's a horse. All
Oh,
right.
he's got a little fez on.
And I have an appetite for destruction. I'm inflicting 2 damage on you.
No!
Appetite for destruction.
So
This
now
is one of May's cards. May is throwing a giant. It looks like a piece of asteroid. And what I love on this particular piece of artwork is that her little salamander is
It's
wearing
flying
a
off
little
her head.
is wearing a little helmet, a
Right
little
there.
space helmet. It's super cute. That's really
Okay, so
adorable.
now,
So now you're down to
I
2.
put this on 2 wheels.
Correct.
Okay. Got it. Got it.
Yep.
All
Now
right.
it is your turn.
All right. I'm going to draw a distance card. I get the snail of 25, but I don't get it as 50
Correct.
points because Emma is not currently my driver.
That is
She
correct.
is my co-pilot.
Right.
Okay, so then there's our neighbor's dogs barking. Let's see. I'm going to repair 2 tire health.
Hey, nice.
So that will get me back
You're
to
back at
4.
full health.
Excellent,
Good
excellent. And then I discard, add a new one. Here we go.
Sweet. Here comes my distance card. Another 75. I'm going to equip Transfero Momentum. This is from Remus the Wizard. If any player draws a 100 distance card, steal a 25 distance card from them if they have one available.
So now or in the future?
In the future. So if you draw a 100, I steal a 25 from you.
Okay.
I feel like the odds of you drawing 100 are better than me drawing 100. Aha! Yoink!
So I get to keep the 100 and you take the 25.
Yeah.
Okay. I still feel like I'm kind of winning on that one though.
Shut up.
Okay.
Just skimming a little off the top.
Yeah. So now my nose itches. So now I'm going to do an action, correct?
Yeah. So
I am going to. I don't want to do that. Okay. Discard another player's top distance card.
Oh, man.
Aw.
Okay.
Okay, so I put that one away?
Yep.
All right.
I'm drawing a distance card. You are so much faster than me. I got another 25. I'm so slow. The snails are really cute. They have little rockets on their shells. Okay, I'm going to play the hippogriff and steal the top card from another player's draw pile. So give me the top card from your draw pile.
Okay.
Sweet. Okay.
That's it? You're not going to say what happened?
I can't do anything yet.
Okay, so I draw the distance card?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the last distance card we do because we're doing a
We're doing an
revised
abbreviated
version.
game, yeah. So
Oh, and it's 100 again.
Okay.
What's it? Okay, so
it has all the hundreds.
I
in
have
the deck.
all the hundreds. I would like to inflict 2 damage on you.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
I took it. All right. And I cannot draw. So is there one last round while I finish off, or now that the deck is depleted, that immediately ends the game?
The game is immediately over as soon as that last distance card is drawn. So you total up your score and see who went the furthest.
We know that Anne wins, but let's find out by how much.
Now, do the trophies count as points?
No.
They do not count as points. They're just the tiebreaker at the end.
Oh, I see. Okay.
They're the first tiebreaker. The second tiebreaker is actually a race, like a foot race.
Okay.
Amazing.
525.
275.
What? Who's the winner?
You killed me.
It's not even.
Do you want to do the march?
There's no dice involved. Yes, I do.
Go back so the camera can see you. Keep going. Your full body. There. Go do it.
I get to do the march.
When the kids were little, we had this really silly Trivial Pursuit DVD game. And when you would land on when you were going to get your pieces of Trivial Pursuit pie, you can stop doing the march now.
Oh, okay.
When you were getting your Trivial Pursuit pie, you would activate the DVD and the question would be on the DVD. For those of you who have seen Tabletop, the episode where Anne slams the table during Ticket to Ride is we were talking about this particular game, this DVD Trivial Pursuit from like 1999 or 2000 or something like that. Anyway, there's this really silly music when you win the game. That's very triumphant. It's extremely triumphant. It is more triumphant than winning a game of Trivial Pursuit
that it
deserves.
Yeah.
But it inspires you to stand up and just do a march like you're in a parade. So every time one of us wins a game in our family, the winner gets to do the march. And it's a big deal when you get to do the march.
Even when it's not Trivial Pursuit anymore.
Yeah, so it's a big deal that I got to do the march.
Yeah.
Robert, I really enjoy this game.
It's so fun.
It's
and
super fun.
Kids, I mean, our kids are adults now, and when we first got this to play test, you played with Nolan.
I played with our adult son, and we had a really good time.
I know that they would have loved this when they were like 10, 12 years old.
Yeah.
Like they would have.
Our nephew is almost old enough for this. I cannot wait for him to be old enough to play this
Yeah.
game. I don't know, Shane, if you're watching, hey buddy, I love you and I really, really miss you. I told your mom that we were doing this today. I don't know if you're still watching, but if you are, I love you the most, buddy, and I miss you a lot. But I feel like Shane would really, really enjoy this game when he's a little bit older and has a bit more reading comprehension.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you so much for your game. Thank you for your time today.
Yeah, thank you so much for playing.
Have you
with me.
designed other games?
Yeah, I have one other published game called Sonora.
Excellent.
Oh,
It's
cool.
a flick and write.
That's so cool.
Awesome.
Well, how exciting for you to be able to do this with Bicycle, because they are an awesome group of people. And
Yeah,
they,
we've really enjoyed it.
they really have curated a lot of really great games.
We've enjoyed the partnership a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. They are great to work with.
Let me check my show notes. Everybody at home, I have one last thing to say to you. You can check the show notes to find out where these games are available. You can also look at my Facebook, where I've been writing about this stuff. It's Will Wheaton on Facebook. And here is the important information about next week. Next week, we have 2 live stream events planned. First, we will be discussing how to get more people to come play games with you, with some familiar faces from the board game space. I am excited about that. Then we will be talking about 2 other Games by Bicycle titles, the Alpha and Exchange. The Alpha is a light strategy game where you are a wolf pack competing with other wolf packs for food and territory. Exchange is a light strategy game where you become securities traders vying for the highest net worth on Wall Street. You can check the show notes for more information. I will tell my friends in the tabletop gaming community, Tom Vassell